Well, earlier on there, we just gathered a bit of stuff, you know, a few natural materials. To light your fire, you need oxygen, heat and fuel. Without, take any one of them away and you cannot light a fire. Fire will just not burn. So, once you've got those three things established, you need to, take that off there, you need to look at where you're going to actually light your fire. This isn't exactly ideal. It'll do, but it's not ideal. Ideally you want to clear an area at least 2 foot square on the ground. Clear the grass down to bare earth. Then build yourself a little platform like that. 5 sticks is enough. And all that does is lift you off the damp ground, damp or cold, and insulate you from the ground. Also, once your fire gets going, that'll actually start to burn. It'll dry out, it'll start to burn. Rule of thumb, you want the driest everything you can find, you know. I mean, this is pretty good. It's not bad at all. Nice and dry. Been peeled off a tree that was dropped over there. I mean, you can get better, but if you scrunch that up a bit, just to break the fibres up, and you'll find that it'll light a lot easier than if you just chuck it on, you know. Birch bark has a tendency, when it heats up, it curls and it snuffs itself out. So the more little raggy ends you've got, the better chance you've got of it actually burning. So that's a start. This is tinder. So you start with tinder, then you want kindling. Kindling is this sort of thing. Dead twigs that when you, ideally they're sticking out the side of the trees, and if they bend, you don't want them. You want them to just snap like that, just like a match. The more brittle the better. But off the ground you're wasting your time because they'll be damp. Alright, so you want them like sticking out the side of trees. And they come off dead easy. You can gather a load in no time at all. Once you find it, that is. Right. That'll do initially. This stuff here, ideally this stuff should be from the tip of your fingertips to your elbow long. A bunch about as thick as maybe your calf, and then you split it in two. Right, this'll do. It's a little bit damp, but it should do with the amount of birch bark we've got. So, for this one bit, 45 degrees that way, the other bit on the top like that. And if you come around the back, you'll see it looks like a shelter or a nest. There you are. So we've got all sorts of stuff in there. The birch bark burns particularly well, as long as it's dry. Now then, we'll see if this stuff is dry enough. It should be by now. That band there good, where that one was. We might be able to scrape this up. Ideally you want bark that's about 1 millimetre thick, and it's not always easy to find that. And it's birch bark you want. You can see how it's all wispy and like paper. It's full of oil, and it's fantastic stuff. You'll have seen Ray Mears building canoes with it on the telly and what have you, and it's just fantastic stuff. Gary had a bit scrape on earlier, right? But that's all right. That'll actually, I'll give it a shot. That'll probably light our fire. You know, we'll give it a go. What I'm going to use, and it doesn't matter what you're using to actually light the fire. If you do your prep like this, it should burn, even if it's a bit damp. But what I'm going to use is a fire steel and a scraper. That's the fire steel. Ferrocerium, some sort of fancy metal. It's some fancy stuff. I don't know exactly what it is. You can online if you want to know exactly what it is. This, it's just a scraper made from tool steel. I made that myself. It's much more efficient at generating sparks than the scrapers you get with your normal commercial fire steels. The fire steel, the steel itself came from Ray Mears, like his shop, but I put the wooden handle on it. It's just for the sake of it, basically. It just looks nice. But that's the basic. What you need to do ideally is hold your scraper still over your target area and draw the fire steel back like that. Okay? Right. We'll try it with this little tiny bit here. It may or may not work. We'll just give it a shot. Right, that went straight away. put that in. Just get the birch bark going underneath. You can see it curling there, but it doesn't matter because there's plenty in there. You can just gently, once it's away like that, you wait for the flames coming through the top. Put your gear away. Always put your gear away. A lot of people use a knife. You see them fanning on with a knife. That was like messing about with a knife. And it's like, don't man, put it away. You can put your bigger bits on. Again, this stuff has come either hanging in trees or sticking out the side. And in reality, you get people building huge big fires, you know. Once this is going, I don't know, a foot across, foot and a half, that's enough. That's all you need. And just add a few more bits and pieces.